my name's Jess and I'm part of the bigger picture. Today we are going to create a wild hair collage. I know. And the theme I have chosen is self-care. And what you're going to need to create this wild hair collage, you're going to need some card, a pencil, some form of glue. Today I've gone with a glue gun, but if you don't have one of these, you can definitely use PVA glue or a glue stick, something you can stick lots and lots of leaves and flowers and goodies from the great outdoors, because we are going to use these to create our hair. I know, it's exciting. So yes, you're going to have to go on a little adventure and collect a little bag full of grass, leaves, flowers, anything you can find really, and something to stick it with. So if you're ready, let's begin. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our card and our pencil, and what you're going to do, you are going to draw a picture of yourself in the middle of this card. Now, I'm not very good at drawing. So what I've done, I've drew a template of a picture of myself from the computer, and then I kind of printed it off onto this piece of card, and then I've gone around the outside of it with my pencil. But obviously, if you're really good at drawing, feel free to grab a photograph and kind of try and trace and look and draw yourself into the middle. Now you can see I've left quite a lot of room around the outside there, because that is where the hair is going to go. So obviously a picture that hasn't got a lot of hair on your face. So I chose one where my hair was kind of pushed back off my face. So you can definitely see your face in the middle, but then we can grow the leaves and the flowers around the outside. So if you just take some time to draw your picture in the middle of your piece of paper. And of course, it doesn't have to be perfect. Mine is definitely not perfect. Also, if you don't want to draw, you can paint. You could even take a photograph that you don't mind, maybe cutting up and sticking it in the middle. As long as you've got a really nice close-up photo of you in the middle of the picture, and then you're good to go. Then once we've got our picture, this is where the exciting part happens. I went on a nice little adventure around the woods and parks by near me, and I managed to find lots and lots of goodies that I thought would be really good for our hair. So I've got a selection of leaves, I've got petals, I found this really lovely foxglove on the way. And obviously just be mindful when you are going picking things, we're not picking whole roots or whole flowers, but most of these actually I found lying on the floor that had naturally fallen off. So once you've got all of those, it's time to start making our collage. So make some space, and where shall we start? I'm going to start with some leaves. So I'm just going to, I think what is best if we arrange the leaves in a position that we like first, and then we can start sticking down afterwards. And obviously this is lovely and freehand, so you can give yourself the wildest hair possible, which is really, really good. And the reason I chose self-care as this theme, I was really inspired by a quote that I saw online, and it was, "Nothing in nature blooms all the year." And I thought this was really applicable to this time. I've definitely had moments where I felt like I'm lost, or I'm not really sure where I'm going with the next project or my next job or things like that. And I think it was really important to see that and to go, oh yes, of course, I'm not going to be blooming and in full swing all time of the year. We've got to have some quiet moments. So once you've kind of got yourself a little arrangement and you've got it all around your head, feeling very much like a nature princess, it's quite empowering actually. And obviously there's no right or wrong in this. You can be as unique and as crazy as you want to. You don't have to replicate your own hair, of course. And it just represents how everything in nature is so different, but it doesn't make it any less beautiful. So feel free to go as wild and as crazy. Layer as many different flowers and leaves on top of each other. Oh, and the little pops of colour, if you can find any petals or flowers of any kind, they do really bring an extra element of beauty into the picture. So I think I've kind of got my little arrangement. I haven't stuck anything down yet. Kind of wanted to see how it was going to look. But yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to go now and stick everything down, and then we'll come back and see how we got on. So. Here it is, my blooming, beautiful, wild flower hair collage, and I'm actually really pleased with that. I think it's a really good reminder that we are blooming and we are growing, but we need to look after ourselves in order to do so. And look how beautiful we are when we do bloom, and it's really easy to forget that message. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to place this on my bedside table, and one, it's going to smell lovely from all those flowers that I've put on there, but also it's going to be a really friendly reminder when I'm having those days where I lack in self-confidence and I lack in direction in which way I'm going. I'm going to look at this and remind myself that I need to nurture myself and look after myself for those blooming times. So now it's your turn to have a go. So all you need to do, you could head to the YouTube page of Starfish. If you enjoyed this tutorial, and thank you so much for joining in, and be creative and be safe and take care. Bye everyone.